Yeah, man. Welcome to another episode of Cobb's Corner, people. I am here. I've made a little switch or a little shift on the things that I'm doing. I've decided to open my platform up to the teens that I know in my life that I wanted to give them a chance to speak openly, speak honestly, with no judgment, no critique, just so we can try to create a better place or a better understanding of what's going on in the mind of a teen during this pandemic. And I got a very special guest with me today, man. This is one of the cats I've known for a while. So it's been some years now. And just the first time we met each other, we just clicked right away, man. We just had the energy, we had the drive. It was good laughs. And I appreciate you coming on today with me. This is my guy, Owen. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing good. It has been a long time.
It's been a while, man.
I was like 14 when I first met you, I think.
Yeah.
Now I'm 17.
Your voice wasn't this deep. You didn't have this size on you, man. Yeah, but you was a cool kid. That's all I remember about it.
Thank you.
It was super cool. Your energy was great. You smiled a lot. You laughed a lot. And I mean, that's what more can you ask for, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate you coming on with me today, man. And I'm gonna just jump right in. First question is, when you hear the word pandemic, what does that mean to you?
Well, currently right now, the pandemic is the whole like social isolation. So like before the pandemic, I was going out like every day having fun with my friends. School was a hoot, right?
Right.
School. Like I'll tell a story right now. Right when we started this pandemic, I was about to go on my DECA trip.
Okay.
Just for school. It's like a business thing for school.
Yeah.
We were right about to leave for it. It was the state competition. And the day of DECA competition, the school sent an announcement out that we were not going next week and we were not leaving.
Oh, that sucks.
I was so mad. We packed up all of our clothes. It was like a full week.
Yeah.
I believe it was in Chicago. It was like 3 or 4 days in Chicago.
And what do you do at these DECA competitions?
So it's like so you start out with a role play, which is something like it's like a business. So you get a prompt that you have to like answer back, and you have to like create a business plan for a company that's asking you. Like it'll be like a judge will talk to you. They'll be like the boss, and they'll ask you like
right.
a plan on what your job is.
Huh.
And we also had an individual competition or like a group competition where we like worked for like 3 or 4 months on it, and we were ready to get on stuff. It was kind of a
y'all put a lot of time into this going into this competition.
So that's the one thing I've lost in this pandemic, and it's just social isolation. That's what this pandemic has been being for me, pretty much.
Wow. Have you feel like you've had an increase in anxiety or increase in just pressure with what's going on?
So right now, the pressure has been on because we're starting back up. Everything's getting starting. I guess I could say back to like normality a little bit closer to that.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, I was just happy that I was safe. You know,
for sure.
My family was safe. I wasn't like feeling like so many people lost family members, and I did.
Right.
So to be quite honest with you, I think I got closer with my family. I've got to look at the good part of this. You know, I got closer with my family. Was able to relax for a little while. I mean, sure, at the end there it was a little rough, but hopefully we'll start getting back to normal. You know.
So those are some of the positive you've taken. What's a couple other positive you've taken from this situation?
You know, I think that without this pandemic, I would not have spent as much time like around my brother. Yeah. I think it was just like we were able to like every day we'd go out and watch a movie or play like some Xbox or play like a board game. Like I was so like I board games. Like I was like,
it was the last time you played a board game.
Right. I was like 5 or something, and I didn't even know how to play it.
Right. That's awesome, man. That was awesome. Are you seeing any effects on your classmates with this pandemic on their anxiety levels, depression, maybe things like that?
Well, yeah, I think it was rough for a lot of people. I'm just glad that I was able to get through this. So right now in sports, right, we just started back up in basketball practice. And this is the first time I've been able to like go out and see my friends and be able to like bond and be able to be out there with like the majority of my friends.
Yes.
So I've noticed that a lot of these kids, they made a new policy where it's like an F is now ineligibility for ISHA. So we have two people out of our basketball team right now, out of our 15 or 16 kids that are on the team,
Yeah.
2 are ineligible. They can't play.
Wow.
It's just, and these kids were not like this before. It's just rough on some kids. They can't pay attention to a screen all day long. And
right.
you know?
Right. And I was talking to a couple of other teams, and they spoke about that. They spoke about doing the homeschooling and not being able to focus and not being able to be as disciplined and pay attention. Do you feel like you have to be perfect with being at home in order to stay with the curve or stay with what level of success your teachers may want you to be at?
I mean, for sure. So at school, you're like fully immersed. So like,
right.
Consider this, like when you're in a foreign country, right? You're fully immersed in the language. That's how you learn it.
That's right. Absolutely.
You won't learn it in a Spanish class too quickly.
That's right.
When you're fully immersed in school, you learn the course. You even if you're not even paying attention 70 or 30% of the time, you're still learning the course.
You're still in there. You're still hearing it. Yeah.
But when you're at home, you're on Zoom, the phone is here distracting you. It's tough sometimes, you know?
Yeah. What else? Go ahead. Keep going.
No. So I was just thinking, like, it's 6 hours a day on a computer screen. It's kind of tough to keep listening to the same guy just ramble on and on and on. So it's just rough sometimes.
Absolutely, man. And do you feel that there's a better way that can be more efficient to having you all learn more, having you all being more engaged?
I just feel as if we had, which we're learning now, right at the end, they're going to start adding an asynchronous day in the middle, which is a day where on Wednesdays, where we don't listen to teachers speak all day, because obviously a lot of kids aren't getting what they thought out of that.
Right.
Instead, they're going to do like a video with a paper, or a paper, like reading with a paper.
Okay. Yes.
They can see that you actually comprehend what you're doing. And I don't know if that's better. We'll see, but hopefully.
Yeah, it's all a trial and error thing right now. And I figure that is the hard part, is that no one has ever been through this. So to try to get your whole class to pay attention and be engaged for the whole 6 hours, that has to be difficult.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could be able to do that, but what about like events, like dances and things like that, like things like that? Do you feel like you're missing out on those things?
During the middle of this, I was so down in myself. I was like, I'm missing out on so much.
Yeah.
Like, football was canceled. That's rough for me. I played football through my whole life.
Yeah.
Then when they said, yeah, that's canceled, we're not going to have that this year. When it's like, it was so, we were like, and we were getting ready to practice. Like we came in 2 weeks of that time in the summer when it was getting a little lower.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we're going to have a season now. They were getting our hopes up and everything. And it just didn't happen. It was sad for sure.
So you guys weren't able to play at all this year?
No, we had,
wow.
We had like 4 weeks of practice. That was like not even real practice. We'd go like days a week, and it would be like running. We couldn't even go near each other.
Wow.
And then fully canceled. They just canceled it. I mean, I don't blame them, but it's just rough. It's rough on everyone.
It sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
And is football something that you want to pursue as far as college?
I mean, maybe if I can continue the way I'm working right now, but it is for a lot of kids. Like that's some kids' only way. And also, not even if you're not going like D1, D2, D3, even if you're not even going anywhere in college for football, it's for some kids, it's just a way to like get away from school, get away from all the stresses. You're just
absolutely,
when you're at football for 2 hours after school, you get to like release all that energy that you had all day long.
Yeah. And you're hanging out with your friends, you're around the people that you enjoy being around. You all have a common goal, so you're working towards something. So I definitely understand about that, man. How about future goals as far as college and maybe career? I know you don't have to know exactly what you want to do at this point in your life. That's no one knows at this point. So if you don't know, it's 100% fine. Has the pandemic changed that for you? Has it changed your mindset about what you may want to do or what you may want to go into?
Has the pandemic changed? Maybe. So like in the beginning of the pandemic, I was so focused on like the grade and everything, and so focused on getting that grade. But I realized that like in that last year, and it might just be maturity,
Yeah.
But I realized that I needed to like learn the material and understand it so I could actually move on into college courses. If I was just studying to get that A, I wasn't going to gain the knowledge to do anything.
For sure.
So like I've noticed that over this period of time, that just not even, I don't even, I study still, but not even close to as much. I learn the material in the class and I understand it. And it's helped me a lot.
That's huge, man. That is huge to make that shift from just learning something or memorizing something versus having an understanding and being able to comprehend what's actually going on. I had a similar struggle with something like that, recently. I took a test back in June. I was just trying to learn the terms, trying to memorize the terms. But then the second time I took it, I actually understood what the process was, how this connected with that, and then I passed the test.
Right.
So for you to get that now, man, that's huge, dude. That's going to be big for you moving forward, for sure.
And you said like college, right?
Yeah.
So I've been looking at colleges like near me, right? I was looking at like Michigan State University.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. I like all the places. I think I want to stay near my area, like maybe like 4 hours away, not like super far though.
I feel you on that.
I like that. And I also like the Michigan areas because you can actually take a train straight from Michigan to Chicago. And that would be I'm back to see the family.
That'd be easy. That'd be nice. I went to SIU when I went away to college. So about 5.5 hours. So not too far, but close enough to still come home, but far enough away to where it's a new scenery and new life. And I'm not going to be coming home every weekend type of deal.
Yeah. You got to branch out,
You got to branch out. You got to grow and you got to learn things on your own sometimes, man.
Yeah, for sure. And on the basis of like career, I've been taking last year I took chemistry for my sophomore year.
Okay.
And now I'm going into I'm in AP Chem right now.
Nice.
I really like chemistry right now, so I want to see what I can do outside of chemistry and career wise. So
just if I can give you any advice, man, just keep exploring whatever interest that you have. You don't have to pick one right now and say that's going to be my one, because you never know. You may bump into something else and you may spark a thought and you just jump into a whole different career. 100% fine, man. As long as you are chasing your interests and doing the things that you enjoy to do, it's going to work out one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So what's one thing that you took for granted that you don't have now that you just wasn't even paying attention to when you were doing it before?
I think it's just like being able to like text your friends, like a bunch of friends in a group chat, and be like, let's all go to each other's house and like have like a Madden tournament or something fun. Or like just going to school too, just being like with your friends, being at areas that are even a grocery store. Like I've noticed change in the grocery store. You'll just walk in and you'll have to wear a mask, and it's just different. Everything feels different. You take everything as granted, and it's just not now.
Yeah, it's right. Different. That's a good point, man. That I remember doing those Madden tournaments back in the day. Madden, NBA 2K, like we'll be running those all night, dude. Yeah.
For sure.
Is there something that you feel parents don't understand right now about how a kid is having to go through this time?
So, funny story. So, my dad, he's more of like a homebody right now. Like he's old. Like he's no, not old, but like
we're all old to you, right?
Like, he's like been through his prime. Like he's he doesn't need to like go outside and do stuff. Like he's fine home from work and just laying on the couch and watching
it, just chilling. Yeah,
nothing's really changed for him. Like he just comes home and just chilling on the couch. And I'm like, Dad, I gotta like be able to like see some friends or like see some people like during the quarantine. Obviously, absent-minded because I was wanting to see everybody. I was like, I'm missing out on so much stuff. Like you gotta let me do this. You gotta let me go out. Now in retrospect, like I understand that there was like huge like
risks
to that and risk and consequences. But in the time, I was like, Dad, you don't understand that. Like you already went through this. You had your high school. He used to tell me stories like he was out till 8 a.m. every night lifting, doing team dinners, football, thing, going out with his girlfriend, hanging out. I don't know. It was just rough. I thought I was missing out on my whole high school career.
Yeah.
It's just it was in the moment, and I don't feel like they realized it until the end that we were like totally socially like kept in one area.
Yeah.
Like, as teenagers, we need to like be able to talk to people, be able to like spread our thoughts, because that's what we do, right?
Right. And it's kind of going to what effects that may have on a teenager when they're socially just isolated from everyone else.
Yeah. So one of my teachers, my English teacher actually, he was talking about how we recently just went back to hybrid, which is like I go to our Monday and Thursday.
Okay.
Other kids go Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah.
But he's like, you guys came back, and you guys have been so quiet in my class. Like, you guys don't speak. And it's like, he's like, it's changing now a little bit after 2 months. Yeah. But you guys, when we came in first, I noticed it too. I don't even know why I was doing it. I just wasn't talking. I was just getting my work done and going home.
Wow.
It was weird. It was just like, that's what we did every single day, right?
Right.
You
got used to not talking to people.
Yeah. We would get on the computer. We would do our work.
Yeah.
And get done. And we would do whatever we were able to do during that time.
Right.
And we didn't notice it until he pointed it out. He's like, you know, this is what you guys are, it's crazy. I've noticed the difference. You guys aren't speaking. When I used to have to tell you guys to stop talking to my class,
right?
Like Generation 4, and I have to tell you to talk. Like,
now he's pulling for it,
right? So that was a difference we definitely noticed. It was big, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that is huge, because that speaks to like comfort. That speaks to your energy level. That speaks to how enthusiastic you are about, you know, being in that room, and that all plays on your mindset. That's how happy are you in this moment. And when you're not talking like that, and you're still living in that isolation, even though you're in the classroom now, that's a big deal, man. That is a big deal. What's something that parents can do to help support teens better in this time?
I mean, I just think it's just the whole understanding. Like, my mom was talking to me during the pandemic, and they're like, you have the video games now that we didn't have when we were younger, and you guys are like being able to talk to your friends on video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Ma, like, it's not the same. Like, we're doing this stuff because that's the only thing we can do.
Right.
Like, I don't even know. Like, we would just go on a long time during the day and just play, because we used to talk to each other a lot. But it's just not the same. Like, just going out and just texting your friends, or like calling them and being like, let's go to this place at this time, just hang out. Like, it's just like, so like when they said that, I was like, it's just not the same right now. I understand like why, but you can't really say that it's the same. It's like really not. So just the understanding is definitely like, if you understand what your child is going through, like you can put yourself in their shoes. Yeah. I feel like you can definitely have a good relationship with your child then.
Okay. Now, is there something that you've been wanting to say to some adults that you haven't said, or that you feel like it wasn't the right time?
I'm not usually one to complain. So
yeah,
I usually just like put my head down and get it done. Right.
Yeah.
But if I had to say something, I'd be like, obviously our country is going through something right now. Right.
Yes.
And when people come out and they're like, these kids aren't learning as much in school, and they're not picking up as much.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, obviously.
Right.
So like, maybe if we stop like putting out blatant things and like actually helping and like making stuff and like figuring out we can actually do this, instead of just pointing out, being like, yeah, you guys aren't learning as much as we used to. Like, it's just so find that like we all went through this. We all like had troubles. Everyone did throughout this thing.
Absolutely. Adults as well. Absolutely.
Yeah. Our country as a whole had so many problems.
Absolutely.
That were just, it was crazy. And I feel like a problem that's pretty big is the problem with the kids that aren't learning as much. But we need to help that, instead of just pointing out and being like, you guys aren't learning as much.
So finding solutions.
Right. Yeah. I think that's one big thing that we need.
I love it, man. I love it. I hope a lot of adults see that and take heed to that, because that is huge, man. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Everything in life we learn lessons from. Everything that happens to us comes with a message. So what's something you've learned about yourself or about life during this time?
You know, like myself, I don't know if it was just like growing up or anything, but I've just learned that like I need to like just put my head down and move forward.
Okay.
Like in the beginning of this pandemic, I was probably pretty annoying to people. Like I'd be like complaining, like not getting like and one example would be not getting up in the morning to like work out,
Okay.
like
Yes.
that. Just being lazy, like taking everything for granted.
Yeah.
And one thing I've learned throughout this pandemic is that, you know, I can't go to the gym anymore during this whole pandemic. So I was like, what am I gonna do?
Yes.
So like I took initiative. I got the weight stuff. I saved my money up from working at a construction job with different people. It was like putting in peers during the summer.
Yeah.
I bought my workout supplies and now I work out in the mornings and afternoons usually.
That's awesome,
and
man.
I've just been able to like learn to just put my head down. No one cares what your problems are. Just like put your head down and like figure them out. Like, I mean, some problems are big, but I'm saying small things, you just got to get through it. Like if you can get through it, you know?
I hear you on that, man. That's you 100% right. Everybody else has their own problems to worry about. They're definitely not going to worry about yours. So what you got, you definitely got to step up and handle and face it yourself. I love that, man. All right, so we are in the rapid fire portion of this interview, and this is where you don't have to go too deep into the answer. You could just give a quick one-word answer, or if you want to elaborate, you are more than welcome to do so. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, first question is, what's important to you?
My family.
Right on. What's a pet peeve of yours?
Oh, that's rough. People who complain, probably.
Okay. What are you grateful for today?
My health, my family, my friends, and just like the community that I live in right now is it's just good. I think I found my place, so I'm grateful for that.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. What's something you do well with very little effort?
Probably school.
Okay.
I do well in that with like chemistry and math like I do well with like little effort, probably.
That's cool. What's one goal that you have?
One goal I have is to get into a pretty good college and pass my courses and do well.
All right. Who is someone that loves you?
My mom. Nice. My dad.
And what's something you love about yourself?
I love the fact that I've learned now through maturity that I can get through it if I put my mind to it. Like I've learned that I can better myself if I just put my mind to it, and it's going to take time, but if you just look at the little things and keep moving forward, you can get through anything.
Absolutely, man. Well, this is the portion where I'm gonna just big you up, man. I appreciate you jumping on here with me, dude. You sound like and you look like and you are, and your mindset has shown me that you are growing up to be a wonderful, wonderful young man. You have the right mindset about taking on your own things, taking on your own problems and facing them head to head and taking the small steps to dig through it and make it happen. You got your goals set. You want to go to a good college and make that happen. You know someone that loves you. You know your parents love you, and you got things that you love about yourself. Like, dude, you are killing it right now, man. And I'm super humbled. I'm super honored that I know you. I'm super honored that you have looked at me as a friend. I'm just super excited that you are going to do big things in this life, man. And I just can't wait to see what you are able to accomplish, because it's going to be something dope. It really is.
I don't want to look at you as a friend, but I look at you as like a mentor. Yes. I used to watch your Instagram videos.
Yeah.
Like bettering yourself for that period of time.
Yeah,
you were always bettering yourself, but you were like doing that workout. And I was like, it made me get up every day. And like, that was the start. Like it made me get up every day. I was like, this guy is riding the treadmill for 60 minutes a day. And he's on there and he's taking videos and he's happy. I need to get like up and do that and like figure I think that was the big things.
That's awesome, man. That helps a lot, dude. That warms my heart to know that, dude. Thank you so much for that. Hey, I love it. All right, so last two questions, man. Do you have any advice for other kids on how to deal with what's going on right now?
I'd say from just the knowledge actually recently is just we got to take it one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
When I was so many times we were like let out a little bit, like for 2-week increments. They were like, yeah, you guys can go out and see your friends, like my family. you go see a like select group of friends. And I don't know if everyone was allowed to do this.
Yeah.
But I was let out like a little bit at a time throughout like the summer at time and stuff like that.
Yes.
When we go back, I'd be like, I can't do this. I can't do this again.
Yeah.
It's going to be another 5 months, another 6 months. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get through this. And then you realize that you just got to take it one step at a time. Yeah. Things will start changing. Hopefully things will start going back to normal, which they are right now.
Yeah.
You got to look at every day as an opportunity to like, to not complain, but like understand where you're going to go. And like, if you can't do one thing, find another thing to do.
Yes.
Find another way to better yourself. You can't go to the gym, maybe figure out a way to like go run around the block. And if you save enough money, like buy like a bench or make a bench. I don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not even benching too. It's like maybe reading. I don't know. It's just one step at a time.
Just building on yourself during this time. I love it. And then last question, do you have any advice for adults on how they can better, handle their kids during this time or deal with how kids are living in this time?
They taught us this as children and stuff. Just, you got to like put yourself in someone else's shoes. I remember like a music thing, like when we used to take those courses in like 3rd and 2nd grade, you got to put yourself in like our shoes. If like, obviously we're kids, we're not going to put ourselves in your shoes. Like that's like a maturity thing. Some kids don't do that. But like as mature adults, you guys got to like come in, especially with younger children, just put yourself in their shoes. They're not all antsy running around the house because they're bad kids. It's because they can't do anything else.
That's right. Yes.
So just understand where they're coming from, understand where you were at their age.
Yes.
What you were doing, not sitting in your house with no friends. And understand that like you can help them if you just understand and you sit down and you're like, what can I do to help you right now? I think that's what we're getting at.
That's good advice, man. That's good advice, man. I hope y'all got something out of this, people, man. This has been another episode of Cobb's Corner with my guy, Owen. We are just giving the teens of our world the platform so they can speak openly and honestly with no judgment, no critique. We just want to hear their side of things so we can get a better understanding on how to do better for them. I hope you guys got some. I appreciate every one of you for checking out the episode. You can find me on YouTube at Jarvis Cobb. You can find me on Instagram at Be Limitless Today. Find me on TikTok at Be Limitless Today, and on Facebook, you can find me at Be Limitless Today Mindset. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.